Let's roll up next, our 12-lap pre-final. This will be our shifters. Stock Moto driver Ryan Smith, quick time earlier on dry tires with a 33.556. He'll be inside row one. ICC senior driver David Levy in the number 63 starting second. Ryan Greavy in the number 33 will start third. Stock Moto driver John Dalton in the 7 starting fourth. Stock Moto Masters driver Jimmy Dupree in the number 9 starting 5th. Michael Sachs starting in the 6th spot. Michael Stock Moto Masters. And Brad Sanders, ICC senior driver, scheduled out in the 7th spot. I do not think Brad's going to make the run here in the shifters. So a couple of these drivers did not qualify, including the 12 of Brad Sanders. So shifter drivers going to get a couple hot laps, get ready to go. I believe most of these drivers still on rain tires. Again, track is really drying out quick as the showers have stopped. We've had a couple rain delays here with some heavy rain coming through, but right now the sun is coming out, track is drying. And obviously I'm sure a lot of these drivers are going to start to get those brains working. Do we go to tries as we move on into the finals? So we'll keep an eye on the conditions. Drivers now got to get themselves set to go, your shifters. Again, I'd like to thank some of our series sponsors, great folks at Grand Products. For all of your needs, check them out online at grandproducts.com. Also, special thanks to Harvest Motorsports. You can visit their website at harvestmotorsports.com. Also, go rotex.com. Ocala Grand Prix, ocalagrandprix.com. Also want to thank Rock Cup, rockcup.com. Want to appreciate Andre and the entire group there, Rock Cup. And TS Racing out there in Bushnell, tsracing.com. As we're about to go, 12 laps, your shifters. Row number 1, Ryan Smith in the 98. David Levy in the number 63. Again, a mix of classes, Stock Moto, ICC, Shifter Masters. And Lewis will raise the arm, will show green. We're underway. Everybody gets off the line except for one kart. Jimmy Dupree, I think, in that number 9, now gets it rolling. And Jimmy will pick up the tail end of the field. So we're underway, your shifters. Again, Cadet Sportsman coming up next. They'll be followed by Perella Jr. and Rotex Jr. as we work our way through our pre-finals. Here at the Jacksonville's 103rd Street Sports Complex. Very unique track. Got the long straightaway. Got the high bank Monza turn at the south end of the track. Really makes it exciting. Lets these drivers pick up that speed as your field cycles around. So working on 12-lap shifters. Again, track conditions definitely starting to change. As we're seeing some sunny skies here in Jacksonville. Like as I talked about it earlier, we did qualify on dry tires. Everybody ran on dry tires for qualifying. So field cycled around the head to that Monza turn. David Levy, your ICC senior driver. Right now, that is your overall leader in the 63. Now he's under the gun. Very quick right behind him. Now we'll see an exchange for that top spot. Going right to the inside. That'll be the number 98, your pole sitter, hopping up front, Ryan Smith. So Ryan earlier lost that spot. And he picks up the lead now as they work through the sweeper turn. So Ryan back up to the top spot. Again, combined classes. Ryan Stock Moto, David Levy in the 63. That's your ICC senior driver. And seeing some very big-time speeds out of these shifter karts here in Jacksonville. I got to start to wonder if the track conditions are going to start to affect these drivers. Starting to see some trying throughout the entire track. All that standing water pretty much gone, so it has really worked out well for these drivers. Just a little bit of standing water as the drivers make their way out of the grid area. But again, a standing water there, it is pretty well gone. Looking up through the Monza turn, that area is starting to dry out very well. So obviously these guys going to be concerned behind them. As we still have Cadet Sportsman Perella Jr., I'm sure those drivers going to be a little concerned. Do you go to slicks or do you stay on these rain tires? And we're under partly sunny skies, so I don't know how they're going to approach that with the tires. But up front, the 98, Ryan Smith. There's your leader crossing the line, 4 laps in. In behind him, some heavy traffic to turn number 5. Running second, Levy in the 63. John Dalton, Stock Moto Masters driver, in the 7. Again, that'll be your leader in the Stock Moto Masters. John Dalton in that number 7. And Ryan Smith, overall leader, turns a 38.049. So you're looking at about a 5-second difference between the rain tires and the slicks. But as I said it earlier, there it is definitely drying out. And you watch Ryan; looks like he's trying to find a little bit of a puddle to keep those tires wet. And the 7 on the move, John Dalton. Again, that is your Stock Moto Masters driver, and he's your leader in the Stock Moto Masters. Your leader now enters that sweeping turn, that big Monza turn. He'll come down the straightaway. So here comes your leader down the straightaway. Again, Ryan briefly lost that lead. Now he got one off in turn number 1. Again, that'll be Jimmy Dupuy in the number 9. Goes off in turn number 1. But in the meantime, moving right along. So 6 laps in. 6 laps to go. The halfway point, your leader, Ryan Smith. John Dalton, your leader in the Stock Motos, he's jumped up a spot. He did work around the 63. David Levy in the 63, ICC senior driver. So John Dalton on the move in that number 7, but he's got his work cut out if he wants to bring in the Stock Moto driver of Ryan Smith. Last time by, about a 4.5-second lead for the number 98. Second, third, fourth, and fifth pretty well tightened up. And Indy 11, that's Michael Sachs. Michael Stock Moto Masters driver, right now being scored 5th overall. He'll be 2nd in the Stock Moto Masters. Longtime driver Michael Sachs out of Jacksonville, Florida. In lap number 5, Ryan Smith, 38.027. He's flying solo. Nobody around him. A little breathing room now for John Dalton. In that second position, he had been working behind him was David Levy. Now you see that separation as they cross the line. So 8 laps in, 4 laps to go. Outside of a little brief time that your leader, Ryan Smith, dropped back in the second. Didn't take him long to get right back up there. And he's holding on to that lead right now as your leader comes off the Monza turn. Streaking down that straightaway, heads into turn number 1. 9 laps complete this time by. Again, a combination of shifter classes, your Stock Moto Masters, ICC Senior. And right now it is being dominated by the number 98 of Ryan Smith. And Michael Sachs holding on to that 4-spot overall, 2nd in Stock Moto. Masters for Michael Sachs in the 11. So there'll be final 2 circuits to go for your overall leader, Ryan Smith. Yeah, these drivers, you got to look at the track now. As you look at turn number 1, starting to see that pavement turn color. Oh, Michael Sachs, little contact. As the 3rd place running kart, the 63, David Levy, buckled up into turn number 1. Michael coming in hard, had nowhere to go, had to get on the binders, avoided a disaster there. And Michael Sachs now moves up yet another spot, gets around David Levy. Again, now that'll put him 3rd overall, 2nd in the Stock Moto Masters. So the Jacksonville driver moving right along. White flag coming out this time by. There's your leader, Ryan Smith, crossing the line. Final circuit for Ryan Smith. Second, it's John Dalton. Third, it'll be Michael Sachs. Fourth, it'll be Levy. Ryan Smith, lap number 11, just turned a 37.853. Again, here comes your leader now in the number 98. Ryan Smith will work off at turn number 3. He'll pick up the checker. So Ryan Smith will be your overall winner, stock moto winner. A little battle for second. Look at that. Michael Sachs getting to work on John Dalton. Again, those are both stock Moto Masters drivers. That'll be interesting in the final. So here's your rundown. Ryan Smith, the overall winner. That'll be your stock moto winner. John Dalton scores the win in stock moto master. David Levy will pick up the win ICC senior.